pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The records show all members are present. And supposed to read this public comment policy. It says if there's anybody from the public that wants to make a comment to the board, they will need to go over to this table back here and read the script and then fill out the form and make public comment. At the end, we will reserve about 30 minutes for public comments, but you only get 3 minutes to speak on your topic. The board will not respond. Okay, everybody look the consent agenda over.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Okay, next up is introduce new hires to the board.
Good timing.
We made it right on time.
Yeah, you did.
So we were only able to bring one today. So
Okay,
We had two start yesterday. Kyle Myers is gonna be part of the culvert crew on the east side of the county.
okay,
And he is in the snowplow right now, pushing snow. So, we're gonna try to bring him next week. Yep. And then Brooke started yesterday as well. And she is our new administrative assistant out at the Rock.
welcome, Brooke. Yeah, good. Hi, Shauna.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Brooke, are you from Council Bluffs, this area?
I am.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay,
You're gonna be busy.
Yes, she is.
jail's up next.
Oh, Angel Thomas, I'll be your
Stand up.
Angel Thomas, Behavioral Health Coordinator at the jail.
Good. Welcome, welcome
you.
aboard.
Thank you.
We
Thank you
need
for that.
that.
Happy to be here.
What'd you used to do, Angel?
I was a probation officer over in Douglas County for the last 5 years.
Okay.
Glad to be back on the Iowa side.
Hey, we like hearing
Yeah,
that.
that's nice.
Good, good deal. Okay, next up, Sarah.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Sarah Black. So Sarah Black started yesterday as our new real estate drainage specialist, and we're very excited to have her. She has extensive experience working in Sarpy and Douglas County in their assessor's office with GIS, and she has worked for years with Chris Nelson, who's in our GIS office now. So we're really happy to have her aboard.
Very cool.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Look forward to working with you.
Next up is Matt Wyatt, Director of Planning and Development. We got a public hearing on proposed preliminary plat on Luss Hills Acres, a subdivision situated in Lake Township, and to authorize the board to sign planning and zoning resolution 2026-02. Need a motion to go into close or to open public hearing?
So moved.
I'll second that. Karina, would you do a roll call?
Chairman Shay,
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen,
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Jones,
Hi.
Supervisor Wickman.
Okay. You want to speak to it now or?
I sure can. So this is a subdivision that is on 185th Street, and it kind of takes us back to our roads conversation that we have been having here recently about the interest in that area. 185th Street would go up, connect into where Jefferson tees back down to Mud Hollow. Mark Costello has come to us to divide his property up. This will be a 4-lot minor subdivision. The furthest lot to the north was where his current house is at. And then on the furthest lot to the south, he had constructed an ADU under our ADU ordinance. So that will separate that off onto a separate lot as well. So then that would leave 2 lots there in the center, so.
Okay. Is there anyone here to speak in favor of this? Is there anyone here to speak opposed to it? You got any issues, Andy, with the road?
No, it'll be good.
Okay. Board,
I'll move to close.
okay.
A second.
Mary Ann, would you do a roll call?
Chairman Shay,
Aye.
Supervisor Jones,
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen.
Aye.
Okay. Next up is a motion to approve to authorize the board to sign planning and zoning resolution 2026-02.
Matt, that's your recommendation?
It is, and the planning commission also recommended approval of this as well.
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
Does that only require one reading, Matt? One public hearing?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, Mary Ann, would you do a roll call?
Chairman Shay,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Jones,
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Next up, Brenda Mainwaring, President and CEO, Iowa West Foundation. Update and discussion of grant award cycle 1. Morning, Brenda.
Good morning. This was actually announced a couple of weeks ago, but I always like to come in and answer any questions you might have about the awards that we made. We awarded 2.7 million this cycle. There are 2 that have not been announced. We're working with the recipients to make sure they're prepared for the announcement. So you'll hear those coming out a little bit later. A lot of the awards this time went to address housing and financial stability and also workforce training. As all of you are aware, we provide financial assistance to all of the school districts in Potawatomi County towards workforce training. It kind of works out to be commensurate with the student population, but each of the districts just gets to decide how they can best address the needs of their students to provide them with workforce training. So we distributed 850,000 towards what we refer to as Aspire, which is our workforce training in the high schools. That did go to Career Advantage, which works throughout rural Potawatomi County, Council Bluffs, Lewis Central, Iowa Western, AHSTW, Riverside Trainer, and Tri-Center. In addition to that, we had quite a few different programs that support families to stay in their homes, to make sure that they have the resources they need. We also gave our support to PACE, Potawatomi Arts, Culture, and Entertainment, as we usually do.
Brenda,
and
was that a regular amount you give them?
200,000, yeah, we've been giving them 200,000 essentially since they open, as they kind of get their feet fully under them, and they are doing great work. They are very successful. We also made our contribution to the Minden Volunteer Fire and Rescue, to Prairie Rivers of Logan for a scenic byway kiosk. And we scholarshiped several communities for the Iowa Rural Summit. I think it's really important that the people who are doing the work for us as a community have the opportunity to connect and network with others throughout the state. So we support the Nature Summit, the Housing Summit, and the Rural Summit. For the Rural Summit, we've scholarshiped about 15 people from Trainer, Clarinda, Imogene, Red Oak, Stanton, Habitat for Humanity, and Golden Hills RC&D. So they have their expenses paid as well as their cost of enrolling in the program. And this year it's in Dubuque. Not exactly easy to get to, but it's a lovely part of the state. So with that, I would answer any questions you might have.
Brenda, real quick, this high school program that's being started, is that similar to the old industrial arts programs in high schools?
We have been doing it now 3 years. I suppose you could compare it to industrial arts, except it has more purpose. It makes sure that at the end of that, a student hopefully has a certificate. Maybe they've got like at least an OSHA certificate. So it's something that they can go to an employer to say, I understand what it is that I'm going to be doing in this job, and I know that I'm interested in doing it, instead of just having, I built a piano bench when I was in shop and junior high and still have it. Not beautiful, but I don't think it led me towards a career. Let's put it that way.
When I was in high school, I mean, there was just, industrial arts was an important program. And it allowed students that were in the program, actually in the afternoons, to go to work for somebody and earn a paycheck.
Some of the schools do that. Some of them have internships, apprenticeships. All of the schools decide what works best for their students.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know the IJAG program at Riverside is very successful, and thank you for the investment in it.
Iowa Jobs for America graduates, yep.
And you mentioned that there are 2 other grants to be announced. Are they part of the 2.7 million?
No, they're in addition.
Nice.
How's our revenues doing?
From the casinos,
Yes.
holding pretty good. They're down about 10%.
From last year?
From last year. The challenge with that is the rest of the state is up about 12%. So if you consider it as a whole, then you're looking at Potawatomi County being down about 22%. But the drop in actual revenue is about 10%. And our casino partners are making really good choices about how they can remain competitive with Nebraska. But the state had anticipated the loss could be as high as 40 to 45%. So I would say 10% is not bad considering those dire projections that were made before Nebraska started.
City of Northborough, I had to look that up. I'd never heard of it before. It has a population of 52. That's awesome that you're providing them a grant.
You know, yes. Small towns have big challenges. And one of them is deteriorating buildings and structures. So this is an opportunity to tear down a couple of buildings that would otherwise probably fall down, but not in a timely way and not necessarily in a safe way. And so we're helping, they anticipate selling the property then to the neighbors. So we take out what they're gonna earn back on it and we provide resources to help them tear those buildings down.
Cool. One more. Four County Fair. Where is that?
Oh, Harrison, it's north. I'm not gonna remember all the counties, but it's Harrison County and north of there. Woodbury, would that be right?
Monona.
Monona, thank you, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
They need something to keep the beer cold. Just isn't a fair without cold beer, right?
That's important.
I know,
But wasn't the fairgrounds at Monona the ones that were burned?
that I don't know either.
Yes,
That's all I have.
that was up in Little Sioux.
Is there a secondary location for the new Council Bluffs Community School STEM high school that's coming up?
That you would have to talk to the school department about. School district.
Okay. The program over in Dubuque.
Yes, the rural summit.
Yes, I don't know if anybody's going. I tried to go and I couldn't get out of something, so.
Yeah, we've got a couple of mayors, we've got economic development, Mark Shoemaker from Golden Hills. So it's a good, Stacy Warner, Becca Castle, lots of names that you recognize that are doing a lot of really good work throughout the community. And this just helps them see what other folks are doing throughout the state to enhance rural economic development.
Dubuque is a beautiful city.
It's beautiful.
It's just, it's worth the travel up there, just to look around.
Okay, anybody got anything else?
And you've got a ribbon cutting this afternoon?
Yeah, so in our building, McClure Engineering is doing their rubber cutting. They've been open a month or so probably, and they're right inside the front door. So I think that's 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
3 to 5
3
is
o'clock,
what the
yes.
invitation
Yep.
said.
Great, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Brenda.
Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, next up is Potawatomi County Public Health. Discussion and or decision to approve and sign proclamation designating April 6th to 12th as Public Health Week. Supervisor Wickman, would you read that proclamation?
Surely, Supervisor.
Should we do a motion first?
I'll make the motion to approve
Second.
Okay.
Chairman Jay, if it'd be okay, I do have some employees here who are gonna speak to you on it
Okay.
as well. So if I could invite those employees up. Come up, everybody.
Cool.
I wrote something down for you all.
Come on up.
Go right across the front row.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming over.
Alfred, who's watching the phones?
No one.
Just get ready to call over there.
Yeah, drag another chair up, Matt. Cool.
So I wanted to thank you, members of the board, for helping us celebrate April 6th through April 12th as Public Health Week for Potawatomi County. We are coming into our 10th year now as a department. Potawatomi County has an interesting history with public health. In 2016, the Board of Supervisors asked me to review a contract for public health services along with a review of animal control. At the same time, the mayor of CB called over and informed me that they would be closing down the CB Health Department and they wanted to work out a transition plan to the county. I was tasked with creating the state's first new health department in a generation. We opened our doors in 2017 and rented 1,800 square foot space focusing on 3 core areas, which was preparedness, immunizations, and STD testing, treatment, and referrals. We took an innovative and intentional approach as we built our programs to ensure that we had budget stability and a high level of service to our customers. To date, the structure we have has saved the county $1.37 million and counting. People often ask about me overseeing 2 different departments. And when they do, I think to the auditor and I think to the county engineer. And in our departments, each one of us, we have different divisions. I refer to them as divisions that do different things. So I have a zoning and land use division, we have a building division, and we have our public health division. The funding for the divisions comes from both the rural and the general fund. They also come from state contracts, local and national foundations. This year, more than most, the state counties have been encouraged to streamline areas and save where we can and consolidate how we do and when we do it. Potawatomi County has led the way in approach to this consolidation, and other jurisdictions reach out to hear our story and how they can implement it in their county. In late 2019 through 2022, we put our first pillar of public health preparedness to the test. We jumped into the COVID-19 response. Our department was 2 years ahead of the state in preparedness training, and it showed. Our team was able to grow and onboard new employees, call up volunteer groups, and receive sponsorships. Our response was a true community effort. We spent 2 years building relationships in unconventional areas not often thought of, such as real estate agencies, transportation providers, civics groups, and our local college. Not only were we responding to the pandemic, but we were coaching other departments across the state on our methods and supporting others around us locally. We led the way and set the standard. So much so that by 2022, we had received 2 national awards. An Innovative Practice Award that came from the National Association of City and County Health Officials. And to put it into context with you, this put Potawatomi County in the category with the Metro Denver Health Department, the Nassau County Health Department in New York, and the San Diego Health Department in California. We also received a NACO Achievement Award. And that put us up in the area with Clark County, Nevada, Los Angeles County, California, Hanover County, North Carolina, and others. So it set us up on a national stage for what we were doing. Following 2022, we continued to add new programming and funding sources, such as our child safety seat checks, Title X family planning, the WIC program, and we expanded our STI program and our hospital readiness program. We finished construction of our new health services building, which is another area where we were able to lead the way in a new way of handling projects at the county level. We saved over $500,000 and we came in 1 month ahead of our projected timeline. Public health offers many programs to support and move forward our mission. The mission and vision of public health and the Board of Health is is that public health includes physical, mental, social, emotional, spiritual, and environmental well-being. The Potawatomi County Board of Health supports public health by leading the county efforts to prevent disease, prepare for and respond to disasters, protect our environment, and improve the health of the county. Promotion of public health, prevention of illness, and disaster readiness is achieved through a combination of efforts of both public and private entities. The board works in partnership with federal, state, and local agencies to prevent disease, injury, disability, and promote health for every person in Potawatomi County. And to let you know a little bit, so we have several different programs, obviously, that go on at the health department. So this time around, I thought that I would bring in employees that do programs that you as the board don't normally hear about. Brian will hear about them because he comes to the Board of Health meetings, but the other ones may not have. So we have Allison Head, and she's going to tell you about our tobacco and vape program.
Hi, good morning. Like I said, I'm Allison Head. I am the community health organizer. But one of the main secondary hats that I wear is as the tobacco prevention program coordinator. Working with the state of Iowa with funds to tell people, shockingly, that nicotine and tobacco addiction can lead to death. Did you know that? Unfortunately, in the state of Iowa, we are second throughout the nation for new cancer cases annually. Also, unfortunately, we are one of 2 states in the entire United States that are not getting better. We are not staying the same. We are also getting worse. So we're the second worst, and we're getting worse than that. And primarily of those things that are killing us, lung cancer is one of them. Tobacco-related disease and death is the leading cause of preventable death and disease in the United States and in Iowa, and annually will claim over 5,000 lives. Of the new occurring cancer cases, 40% alone will belong to breast, prostate, and lung cancer. That's still a major issue. Also, another downer is that big tobacco has a lot of money. And every single day, big tobacco will spend over $25 million in promoting their products. $25 million, we don't have that kind of money. So we just have to get people involved, and we have to get people passionate about it. Because there is good news out there. There are, statistically speaking, that if you can keep an 18-year-old from not using tobacco or nicotine in a way that could cause addiction, they are 90% likely to never become addicted. If you can get them to the age of 25 without using in a way that they could be addicted, there is a 99% chance that they will never become addicted in their life. 25 years old, we just got to get them to that fully functioning brain, and they're probably never going to get addicted. Now, unfortunately, big tobacco knows this, and they target the youth. They target the youth on purpose. And right now, the big trend is vaping. They make it sound harmless. They make it sound not as dangerous. Unfortunately, it still has many of the 70 cancer-causing agents that are in cigarettes and tobacco. Now, thankfully, in science, we demand that we have proof behind our statements. And unfortunately, vape devices have only been around since 2003. So we don't have enough studies yet to say that they are as dangerous as cigarettes. But if you look at the numbers, like the science is going to be there once you give it time. Unfortunately, we don't want to take that time. We want to try and prevent the youth now. In the United States, 1.6 million youth admit to smoking or vaping every day. Of those who, 1.6 million admit to using. 30% of those admit to using daily. And of those 30%, 90% admit that they are using flavored vape devices. Flavors like cookies and cream, blue raspberry, fruity pebbles. I mean, obviously they are targeting kids and trying to make it sound harmless. It is a drug. It is a drug that primes for further addiction in the life. And if you know that these big tobacco companies are targeting your young people on purpose and it doesn't make you angry, you need to take a walk and reevaluate things that make you angry. So we're out there trying to get the word, trying to get people involved and excited about it because it needs to be dealt with.
Got two questions.
Yeah.
How do they promote it?
Yeah, isn't that a good question? Because they can't do billboards and they can't do commercials on TV. So they are really, really creative with the way that they spend their funds. Right now, the two big battlefields are social media. Because you have international and going across the board, right?
Mhm.
And then you also have streaming services. Because streaming services are not, they don't have to adhere to necessarily the same rules that like cable television had to adhere to. So you have shows like, what's the one with Kevin Costner and the Cowboys?
Yellowstone.
Yes. I mean, so many of those characters are smoking and it's absolute, like insanely popular and most of those characters smoke. So again, it's becoming mainstream, it's becoming normalized visually. Also, you get social influencers who are gonna support like pouches and vape devices and
Seen those.
that's how they're getting around it.
Okay, next question is, Iowa was looking to raise their tax on
Yes.
cigarettes. Did they do it?
It's not done yet.
Okay.
So they're looking at a $1.50 tax increase, which is going to be the first time that there will have been a tax increase since 2007. That's when the Smoke-Free Air Act was passed. So a substantial amount, which would mean that a lot of that money coming back in will then go back into the efforts of prevention and cessation, also towards cancer treatments, that testing, that kind of thing. So it is not passed yet. It's in Ways and Means, which means that it's funnel proof, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be passed. So at some point, I'm not greatest at all the legislatures type stuff. It's safe until it's either passed or not passed. But I don't, yeah.
One more question. How much is a pack of cigarettes now?
Oh, I don't know how much a pack of cigarettes costs.
Close to
Oh.
$10.
How much?
About 10. Yeah.
About $10. Now,
A car
you
use
can
goes
get-
to $100.
you can get
Gosh.
a tin of pouches for less than $3. And they can, because they can put them on sale, they can do 2 for 1, they can do all these things, because again, all of these things like pouches and vape devices were not included in that 2007, right? All that legislature back in 2007. So they are not taxed. They can run sales on them, they can do coupons, they can do all the things that you cannot do with cigarettes. When the pouches first came out, they were 2, 4, and 6 milligrams. They are now up to 12, 14, and 16 milligrams. And if you think about it, there are some people who will throw 2 pouches in at a time. Okay, in a pack of cigarettes, in a single pack of cigarettes, there's about 22 milligrams of nicotine. They now have a single pouch out there that's 16 milligrams. It's almost as much nicotine as an entire pack. A Juul pod, a vape Juul pod has on average 37 milligrams of nicotine, which is almost twice the amount of a pack of cigarettes. There are teenagers out there who are doing entire pods in a day. And they're smoking the equivalent of almost 2 packs of cigarettes as teenagers.
A lot of money.
Well, yeah.
I remember people who smoked when I was at school. It went from 35 cents to 50 cents and they were complaining about that.
I know.
Wow.
Well, I used to live in New York City about 15 years ago, and in New York, 15 years ago, they were about $10. I can't even imagine what they are now, because I'm sure they're more.
$10 a pack?
In New York, 15 years ago. And so they have to be astronomical at this point, which is great, which is fabulous, because if they're gonna kill our country, then, they should be taxed on it.
My father he's a trucker, truck driver.
Yeah.
So he drank coffee to no end and smoked cigarettes one after another.
Yeah.
Straights, no filters, Pall straight cigarettes. He would light the one he's putting in his mouth with the one he was putting out. I mean, that's how much he smoked. After 2 open heart surgeries, he still never.
That's the thing. We talk about opioids, we talk about all these other drugs. We know that there's methamphetamine, we know that there's cocaine, and those things are scary and they have stigma wrapped around them. And you could do so much cocaine in a single usage that you could go to the ER and have an overdose and you could die. You can't do that with nicotine. It's a silent killer. It sneaks up on you. It's not, if I'm smoked today, I'm not gonna die tomorrow. And this concept of being impaired about it in 20 years, I mean, that's a far out concept for some of these young people. It's tomorrow's problem. But unfortunately, then by tomorrow, by next week, by next year, you are so far in that addiction. They say that nicotine is as addictive as cocaine.
Allison, I don't mean to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get really excited. You get excited. Sorry.
So we also,
Oh, there's
Back to back.
more people to talk. There's more people to talk. Sorry.
so we also have Rebecca, she's an RN with us, and she's gonna tell you a little bit about the tuberculosis work that we do out there in the community.
So yeah, our team delivers direct observation therapy known as DOT to ensure clients that have active or latent TB. We will observe them take their medications on a daily basis just to make sure that they're taking them the correct way. Also provide them education on how not to transmit this out into the community. And then to look for adverse effects that may require medical or emergency evaluation. This past year, we've served over 10 persons that either have active or latent TB. In addition to that, we will also help them collect sputum samples, send those to the laboratory, and then monitor that active disease progression. And then our staff, all the nurses will serve as a liaison between the state of Iowa and their treating physician to support continuity of care throughout their treatment. And then one single case can last anywhere from 4 to 12 months, just depends on their treatment plan.
And we've had, 10 cases so far?
We've
this
had,
year?
yep,
Can I ask one question? Do we quarantine those?
yes. So generally, we have had cases in the past, this has been some time now, where we've had to get a signature, kind of like what we did with COVID, to make sure that they stayed in place. But for the most part, the people, when they come to us, they're very sick. They're taking their meds. They've already been seen at AER. Things are going on. They're already quarantining at home because they don't want even their family members to get this bacteria. So, yeah.
We had to place one in a motel, one at 21, right?
So our very first experience as a health department, day one, was we got a phone call from the state. We had a tuberculosis individual. We had to provide housing, laundry service, food, all those things for them. And I believe that we did that for 4 months.
Are we doing that with any of these?
Currently, not right now. Nope.
But we have done it and since that person, yes. And we do, some of it we get reimbursed to us from the state. Some of these, one of these things would be kind of what you consider, the state calls down and tells you gotta do something, you gotta do it. So. Okay. Then we have Nora Evans with us, and she's our nurse out at Iowa Western.
Nora Evans. So I do have the privilege of serving as a public health nurse over at Iowa Western Community College. We've created a space that is welcoming, approachable, safe, very easy for the students to access it. It's on the second floor of the Student Services Building. And in this role, I do provide STI testing, treatment, one-on-one education, immunizations, basic triage, smoking and vaping cessation with the help of Allison. Also, we do referrals to local providers as needed, and we're also looking to expand our services. So we're going to be including reproductive health support for a lot of these young students, because some of them are, from out of seas and coming from other places. This is their first experience really getting free, accessible care that is non-judgmental, that is easy for them to come to and seek care. So to me, really, that is what public health is all about, right? It's being able to meet them where they're at and being able to build trust and ensuring that no one is going to be falling through the cracks.
Did your office move from where it was originally?
I believe so. They used to be in a different place, right?
We have moved 3 times at Iowa Western. We started off in a tiny little closet, and then we've got a 1-room office in 2021, I believe it was, Matt, after we proved ourselves through that 2020 COVID. And then in 2023, they put us in a 2-room office now. So now we have an area that's more like the clinic setting with an exam space.
It's a fantastic area that Iowa Western has provided us now, right on the second floor of their student center. It's just enough off the main chute that the students feel, they have the confidentiality that they would like to have come speak with us. And they've really turned to our nurses. Our nurses have been able to build relationships with the sports teams and all of the students out there. So it's been a
Are you two both out there?
I'm the only one there.
Just you? Okay. That's it.
So I try to make it very friendly, very welcoming, normalize everything. So I'm happy to say that even at times they feel so comfortable that they just come on by to say hi or, just check in. So that's great. And then by word of mouth, from students saying, hey, you know what? She's not a scary nurse. You can just go and ask pretty much anything about anything. And so that's pretty big.
We also have Jenny with us. She's also an RN with the public health, and she does work at the jails for us. She's gonna tell you about.
So hi, I'm Jennifer Minshew. I am a public health nurse. And so since 2018, Potawatomi County has partnered with 4 jails across the southwest Iowa to provide routine infectious disease testing. And over time, we have conducted over 1,000 tests at the jails. So we currently provide free STI testing. We are in Pot County, Fremont County, Mills, and Montgomery County, and we're at all of those jails. We started in 2018 with Potawatomi County, and I go weekly. So once a week, I'm there and I'm testing for chlamydia, gonorrhea, HIV, syphilis, and hepatitis C if they qualify. In 2022, Mills County joined, and in 2023, Fremont and Montgomery County began to offer testing. We visit Mills, Montgomery, and Fremont at least 3 times a month. We call before we go because it's such a long distance that we want to make sure that there is somebody there that would like our testing. All testing is at no cost to the jail or the individual there, and treatment is free also. In 2021, Potawatomi County, the jail, requested that we offer hepatitis C testing. And so we have offered that, and we offered the other 3 counties too. We also provide education and linkage to care guidance so the individuals know how to get treated upon release.
The funding for that all comes through our expanded STI funding that we received from the state of Iowa. So the STI program was one that we took over from the city of Council Bluffs. And then our staff has been able to do such a good job with it. The state keeps offering us more counties at an increased rate. So we keep able to generate more revenue for it. More services with it.
Jenny, do you do anything with the juvenile detention center?
We are in the process of working with them. Myself and Alexis is talking talking with them to provide education to the juvenile detention center and then possibly testing.
Jennifer, real quick, when the nursing program started at the, they had to work in spaces that had storage boxes and everything else in it. Do we have adequate space there now?
We do. We are actually in Pot County. We are actually in the medical pod now. And we have a table and they bring them up. We have a list of people who have requested it. Oh, sorry. So every week I go and I put, 3 to 4 people down. I get them tested, and if they
Come down.
put them down on a list, and I give it to the detention officer, and they bring them to me. I don't put anybody down, I promise. And so it is a very nice space. It's very comfortable. We are kind of away from if any other inmates were to come in, they don't know what we're talking about. It's just a nurse sitting there talking to an inmate.
We also have Alexis Poling. Alexis loves it when I point this out. She came to us as a Creighton intern. And she interned with us through her Creighton program, but then she also stayed on with us after the Creighton program to help us get moved into our new building. And when the position was able to open up, then we were able to bring Alexis on. So she's going to tell you a little bit about work she does in the schools.
Hi, my name is Alexis Poling, and I'm a health educator here. I work with 2 big grants, the PAP grant, which is the Community Adolescent Pregnancy Prevention, and then the PREP grant, which is the Personal Responsibility Education Program. And both these grants are funded through Iowa HHS. We're currently in 4 schools at the moment. So Kern Middle School, Wilson Middle School, Tri-Center Middle School, and West Central High School. Over the course of the year, I've taught roughly about 60 classes with 230 students. And then just for the month of March, I taught 12 classes with over 130 students. So looking to grow as always, but yeah, very excited.
Are we in Council Bluffs schools?
Yes, we are.
Hear that.
Yes.
And then Logan's gonna give you a little bit of a rundown. Akeem Bannister wasn't able to be here because they're actually doing a tabletop exercise today. And so Logan's gonna talk to you about our hospital readiness program.
So Akeem is the lead for our hospital preparedness program, which is known as HPP, which ensures our healthcare system is ready to respond to emergencies, whether it be a mass casualty incident, disease outbreak, severe weather events, and even cyber disruption. In Service Area 4, we coordinate across 10 counties and 10 hospitals in Southwest Iowa, along with public health, EMS, and emergency management, functioning as one system rather than responding independently. This year, we are managing HPP funding resources with 75% allocated to equipment, supplies, and 25% to training and exercises. And then these funds directly support preparedness efforts such as communication systems, response equipment, coordinated planning, PPE, things like that. We also conduct monthly communication drills, quarterly alert system testing, and annual coalition-wide exercises to ensure our partners are trained and ready. In addition, we support ongoing planning efforts like hazard vulnerability assessments, readiness evaluations, and extended downtime planning, especially related to cyber and infrastructure disruptions. Through these efforts, we strengthen real-time situational awareness, patient movement coordination, and medical surge capacity across the region. For our community, that means faster response times, better coordination between agencies, and improved patient outcomes when it matters most. Preparedness isn't built during a crisis, it's built ahead of time, and it's programs like HPP that ensure we are prepared and ready to handle them effectively.
Getting quite an education this morning.
A lot of things going on at the health department.
Yes.
I also have Bianca here with us. Bianca is with the WIC program. I didn't ask Bianca to speak to the WIC program because I knew Tim would have some tough questions for her. But the WIC program has been hugely beneficial to everything that we do at the health department. The number of families that Bianca and the other staff at WIC are able to bring into the health department exposes them to all of these other programs that we're able to offer. And they sit there and work back and forth with one another to coordinate, whether it's some education that they need, to talk to a nurse, nicotine cessation programming, all of these programs were interconnected together to bring about what we have for Potawatomi County, which is a nationally recognized health department. We've elevated that much in 10 years, and it's been fantastic to be a part of. And of course, none of it has been possible without the support of the Board of Supervisors that we've had. When you look across the state of Iowa, there are a number of Board of Supervisors who do not have the relationship with their health departments that our Board of Supervisors has always had with our health departments. It's a unique one because of the way that we are structured. And our Board of Health, of course, has been fantastic as well. Also, I can't compliment our staff enough. They're experts in what they do. They're the best at what they do. And without them, we would not be here today. So they've been a fantastic staff to have on board and have.
Thanks for coming in and educating us.
I do have a question, public health. All of you basically agree that mental health is part of public health, is that correct? And you come in contact with those kinds of issues. And today, I don't know, used to have the facility down in Corinda. Where do you put some kid, a young man or whatever that would, I would say, needs to be institutionalized? Where would they go these days?
Our role in that part of it for public health, for behavioral health, mental health things, is our health promotion side of things and our community referral pieces of it to there. So we're out there working with Heartland Family Services. We work directly with them on our nicotine cessation programming, which puts us and our staff in contact with all of the different programming that they offer. And so that's what we do. We try to elevate whatever the other agencies are out there doing. We try to elevate that work to make sure that the community is aware of it, make sure that all of our other partners are aware of it. We are known to be that common middle ground, the safe space where those agencies can come talk about their needs, wants, their abilities, and we can spread that out there into the community.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't let you out of here without asking you a question.
Yeah.
How many of these positions are either partially funded or funded by grants?
All of them.
Thank you.
Okay, Supervisor Wickman, would you read the proclamation, please? Sure.
Public Health Week Proclamation 2026. Whereas the week of April 6th through the 12th, 2026 is recognized as National Public Health Week with the theme Ready, Set, Action, highlighting the importance of improving community health through science, policy, and local initiatives. And whereas public health efforts have led to significant improvements in quality of life, including reductions in preventable disease and stronger emergency preparedness. And whereas Potawatomi County Public Health works in partnership to protect and promote the health of residents through services including immunizations, disease investigations, environmental health, WIC, health education, and emergency preparedness. And whereas health outcomes are influenced by factors such as access to care, education, safe environments, and economic opportunity. And disparities still exist that impact residents differently across our communities. And whereas Potawatomi County public health professionals play a vital role in preventing disease, providing health education and resources, and supporting the overall resilience of our county. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Potawatomi County Board of Supervisors does hereby proclaim April 6th through the 12th, 2026 as National Public Health Week in Potawatomi County and encourages all residents to recognize the importance of public health and take action to support the well-being of our community.
Mary Ann, I've got a motion on the floor from Miller and a second by Jorgensen. Would you do a roll call?
Chairman Shay,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen,
Aye.
Supervisor Jones.
Aye.
You know what? Thanks for coming in and educating us. More than I ever thought.
My brother's a doctor, my sister's a nurse. The more I learn about what you guys do, the more I think it's incredible, the service you give back to the community. So thank you very much. And as far as what Allison said, I think it's all of our duties to make sure that Andy Wicks stays off of tobacco products until he hits 25.
One of these days, I'll get there.
Wow.
You know, I
Thanks,
have,
Keith.
I have two sister-in-laws that were nurses. One was retired for 30-some years. Nurses are actually, for the patient, better serve the patient than their own doctors. I mean, that's what I've learned. I mean, they know about patient care, they know about, you know, they have a lot of experience. And doctors who just come in and they're out and on. And I just know, I have a lot of respect for nurses. So hats off to you.
Thank you. So did we get a photo?
Yes, we can.
Come on up front here. Frank. So someone come hold it.
Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
You're shorter than me going front.
Let's keep that off to the side here. That's all.
Find your window. You guys.
Would you two in the front line holding that?
Sure.
Yeah, you want me to-
Okay, here, find your window. There you go.
No, you're, stand up straight. You're good.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming over.
Thank
Really appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Next up, Becky Lenahan, Tax and Finance Officer, and Josh Wiesner, Assistant Tax and Finance Officer, Auditor's Office. Discussion on our decision to amend for fiscal year 25-26 budget and to set date for public hearing on said amendment.
Morning.
Good morning.
I think I included what line item or what departments we were going to amend for. I would like to set the date for the amendment on April 28th.
April 28th. Okay,
I'll make that motion to approve setting the time and the date for the public
Okay.
hearing on amendment fiscal year 2025-26 budget for April 28th at 10 a.m.
I'll second that.
okay. Got a motion and a second to approve April 28th at 10 a.m. for the hearing. Public hearing. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you, Becky.
Thank you, Becky.
Stop. Becky Lenahan, Tax and Finance Officer, and Josh Wiesner, Assistant Tax and Finance Officer, Auditor's Office. Discussion and or decision on county fiscal year 26-27 budget and to set date for public hearing on said fiscal year 26-27.
What would you like that, Josh? Becky?
April 28th, please, at 10 a.m.
I'll move that.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion for April 28th by Wickman and a second by Jorgensen. Set 10 a.m. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next up, discussion and or decision on continued service for compensation and condemnation commission members. We really didn't have anyone up, did we? They were all filled?
No.
I did.
These are all volunteer roles. They
Right.
don't have term limits.
I know, but usually they contact us, tell us they want out. I don't think there's been any work this year, has there? See anybody we need to change?
The state had contacted me because their last update was 2022, and so I provided them with the update that we had, which was current of May of 25, so.
Okay. Comments?
No.
Okay. No action is to be taken, so looks like we're good on this. Looks like it'll stay as is. Committee appointments, Jeff?
None.
Nothing to pass on.
Keith? We had the drainage board, had to go out of town for a funeral. And I got something, I didn't write enough notes on it. I can't remember what it was. I should have wrote more notes. And then the VSO, I was at the veterans yesterday, so that was good. Susan?
I didn't have any committees this
Okay.
week.
Nope.
Okay. Next up, public comments.
None.
Yep, we have one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Has her form filled out.
Oh. Here, we'll have you stand at the podium and state your name and address. Then you got 3 minutes.
Name's Cindy Keppen. I live at 20174 Victoria Drive, Council Bluffs, Iowa. It is in Wilshire Addition off of Highway 92. And I have provided the board several documents from the DNR. We are having issues with Whispering Oaks. It's sediment coming down and it is landing in our culverts. They are cleaning out the culverts right now. And they have cleaned them down to Victoria, which I live on. And they've been there for 2 days. They've taken out approximately 15 loads of silt and sediment out of that culvert, and it's still half full. And the problem is, I'm asking today if the county can give me some kind of guidance or direction, because the water comes down, it's discolored. And then, when the water gets down, the sediment, it has been at times 5, 10 feet up my embankment and probably 25 feet down. It's just gunk. And it comes down discolored and brown. But the issue is when they're cleaning out these culverts on the south side of Victoria, if the culvert, there's no damage to the culvert, but it's setting about, I'll estimate 1.5 to 2 feet below the water flow can go out. So what's gonna happen is that's gonna back up and it's gonna go all the way back through Robin Hills up to Wilshire. The DNR has tried working with them and they keep changing hands at Whispering Oaks. If we could just get the county to kind of come look at their situation up there is a mess in Whispering Oaks. I have sent pictures, there are pictures. She has provided pictures, Allison Mans with the DNR. And she has said she's conducted an investigation and the complaint was received that documented an off-site sedimentation from the detention basins into a drainage ditch, which is ours, that drains into Mosquito Creek. She has observed off-site sedimentation, sediment-laden water in the ditch, evidence of sediment and sediment-laden water further south in the ravine and eventually drains into a tributary, Mosquito Creek. It's all contaminated. It's just above a level where it could be dangerous. But I would like the board to see what they can do about this, because obviously Whispering Oaks and their construction company, they already told us they're not going to clean out the sediment on the sides of the ditches. They're doing the culverts and they aren't going to do them again. And he told me yesterday that the water's not going to drain out on the south side. And it's basically going to be a living septic system there. So he knows the water's contaminated coming down. But that's all. I just would like to know if you could give us somebody that can just dig that out south, because it's a problem and it's been a problem for over 20 years.
Okay, thank you. Andy, do you know the area?
Yep, so can you pull up on forward? Yep, so I got a call from Allison Mans at the Iowa DNR on last Thursday. I think we talked, her and I did. And the drainage is coming from a city development just north of Greenview. So the county city line is Greenview Road, and the runoff is.
What was the address?
Just type in Greenview and Franklin, Greenview Road and Franklin Avenue. And the sediment obviously flows downhill, which goes through a couple of drain pipes and an open culvert, and under a round culvert on Victoria Road, which is where you live off of. And unfortunately, Victoria Road is a private road. And so my recommendation would be that the county does not send our staff down there to clean it out. However, I can figure out who to work with, whether it's, again, with the DNR or the city, whether it's their planning department, their public works department. So I would say that I don't think that secondary roads should touch it, because Victoria Road is not a county maintained road. So this is the development on the northwest corner of Greenview and Franklin. And then where the pin is, if you just go straight south of there, couple blocks, a couple more blocks. Victoria Drive is that very bottom road. And all that soil is basically, that developer is not maintaining their soil rightly. And so it's running off and it's running into the county. That subdivision to the south is not, or the private subdivision. So those roads in that subdivision are not maintained by the county. So it's a little bit of a unique situation in that secondary roads does not maintain Victoria. We don't maintain Catherine. We don't maintain Lynn. So my recommendation would be that we do not send our employees down there, but I can either work with the city or the DNR or West Pot.
Well, the problem is coming from the city, from that development. And if you're not controlling the sediment and you add all that pavement and it pushes that into that development, the city should be, have you been to the city?
Yeah, she sent reports to the city and the construction.
No, I mean, have you been to a city council meeting?
No, I do know that Bob Litch in Robin Hills, the president of that, has been to several meetings, but it's not getting, we're not asking for help with our road. And they are cleaning out the culvert. It's just the sediment on the other side. The sediment basically runs and it's discolored, it's orange, it's got.
Okay.
Comes
Andy,
all the
who
way
is
from
the,
Greenview Road down to Cypress, which is county road there. I told you, is filling in with sediment down there.
Correct.
So you're worried about the tube under that.
That's all. And the tube's being cleaned out. We just need some kind of guidance on the south side of that tube. So all those culverts don't fill clear back up to Greenview again. Then you have laterals. People have laterals that run out. They have new septic systems and the water's getting so high, it's hitting them outpours of those septic systems that they have to have. And it sets off alarms, and that when it gets in, runs back up into their addition, into their house, you got spill coming out, running into that culvert.
Okay.
Andy, have you been to have you discussed any of this with the city engineer?
I have not, no. That's where I'd like to go is I'll reach out to the city engineer and the new planning.
Doesn't the developer have the responsibility for?
The DNR's already fined them and then they switch developers.
They switch developers, okay, because I think it all goes back to the developer, in my opinion.
But they're not putting it on the land, they're putting it on the developer, then they sell, and then they're done with it. It needs to be on the land or the project. Matt, have you got anything to say real quick?
The only thing I do recall is that, yes, I'm in agreement with Andy, it needs to go back to the city, it needs to go back to that developer on there. I do recall that we had some pictures that were sent into us at one point in time, this was, maybe 5-10 years ago, when they came in, they kind of went down through there, and it's an exacerbated issue. I think the reason why the developers and people were pushing back is because there's been fences constructed in the drainage area and sheds kind of put down through there, so there wasn't a clear, that drainage easement that's supposed to be through those neighborhoods have been kind of developed out in there. And so if we know it's a problem and handling it in a private subdivision is not as easy as handling it in a regular subdivision. But yeah, I do think the developer and the city need to have some sort of action plan to get the problem corrected.
There is in the Wilshire edition and the Robin Hills edition, there is one pool area that does have a fence right at the, on Bonnie Lane, I think, or the road north of that. But down in ours, we have an easement and it's basically 25 feet and 30 feet utility easement. That is our ditch. So there's
nobody's
nothing blocking.
Nobody's enforcing it.
But it's not blocking the water from coming down. But once that water quits running, you got all this sediment that settles and fills in.
Yeah.
So that's, but it's not because we have any sheds, fences down there at all in Wilshire.
Andy, you'll talk to the engineer and see what,
Yep.
I appreciate you doing that.
And
Thank
community
you.
development, yeah,
Thank you for doing that.
absolutely.
And the DNR should be on it.
They are, but you know what? It's city and then county. The guy told me yesterday, when he came and told me they're not gonna clean them out again, I need to get with the county and see what. So he basically told me that. So I don't know what to do. It's an issue that nobody wants to deal with, but we're living it.
Andy, will you keep us apprised of it?
Yep, I'll keep you guys in the loop of next steps.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks for
I
coming in.
appreciate you so much for listening to me.
Well,
Thank you. I
it's a
know
pain.
but
I get it.
thanks for
Okay, anybody else to speak? All right. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor? Aye. Aye, we're adjourned.